Oh, from the tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island, I've got stuff going on in my studio today, and I've been thinking about you all and wanting to come on and just kind of resettle. If you can see, I've got a little painting going on. It's a little study that I'm doing, a landscape, and I don't actually have a photo reference anymore of this place, but uh, it was taken back when I was living on the mainland, about 10 years ago. Uh, and there's a mountainous area just across the way. And uh, there was, they had, what are bees? I forget the word in English. I forget the word in English, but they had the boxes, like the bee boxes spread out, and this was the area it was in, and I liked it. So I don't have the reference photo anymore. I can't find it, but I have a study just uh, of not even a finished study, but it has the elements in place. And although there are mistakes, things that could have been done better in the study back then, which I'm correcting here, I still remember the scene really well because when you go out plein air painting, that's just what happens, right? You just remember things it kind of all comes back to you. And so this I'm filming it, and I will be putting it up on this YouTube channel, and talking about something that hopefully will be useful to other artists out there. So that's one thing I started doing. I started filming that last night. I'm going to get right on it and continue today. It feels so good to be painting again. And in my studio, the other thing that I did was that I went and got myself, this is a manga, I don't know how, pen, ink pen, and my little bottle of ink, which can be used for writing as well as drawing. And I've been playing around with this. I'm writing with it right now and learning how, it's a dip pen. It's pretty sharp on the tip. So, but it does open up when you press on it, and creates more like a calligraphy kind of line, which can be used when in drawing. I personally am not interested in doing manga drawings. That's how we say it here in Greece. But I don't know how we say it in English, actually. Uh, but I am interested in the slowing down while I'm journaling. Like, okay, I use fountain pens, like, and I put the little tube in the ink, and, I write with that because it writes very smoothly. I just love the feel of it. And it gives me that sense of the olden times, back in the day when we were using dip pens, like real fountain pens. Not like this. This was like super inexpensive, like maybe, I don't know, total of what, €2, €3. I mean, it was inexpensive. That's why I bought it. So I wasn't buying something, a regular typical type of writing pen is really expensive. I'm not able to do that right now. So so I'm doing this. And this little bottle of ink was also what, €1.25. And it's been really, really fun to learn and slow down even more in my journaling, because I talk a lot about painting and other forms of art or other forms of connecting with your creativity. And writing for me is another venue that we can go into and connect when you're not able to come into your studio. And it's been fun slowing down even more, because you have to stop and dip the pen and then come back and write. And it's not like a ballpoint pen where you just scribble, scribble, scribble. It it takes a little bit of practice. It takes a lighter hand. That confused me. I didn't expect that. To press down lighter and not so hard, so that it scratches and catches. And there's just all these fun things that you have to learn. And how I talk about going around the tree and looking at the tree from all different angles before you actually sit and paint it, because you have a breadth of understanding of what's in front of you. Yeah, of course you can just, I mean, if you have a mountain, you're not going to walk around the mountain to see to see it from all areas, obviously. But the things in your foreground that, if you really want to catch and understand the tree, it'll do you good to go to the other side and check it out from that angle. Even just a few steps to one side or the other, it'll do you good. And so it just making things 3D, just making things whole, uh, is quite important. And even in writing, so this is a drawing tool, but you can write with it. And learning a lighter touch and what that does. What if that lighter touch on my brush will also create different effects? And yeah, maybe I can utilize what I'm learning with this little, I think it's called what, a G something. It's a G pen or something like that. But utilizing this little tool uh, is uh, is is expanding me at my easel and how I hold and handle my brushes. It's just adding a little bit more to my knowledge and understanding. So, you know, that's the beauty of going and trying new things, of uh, of spreading out. And so I came in last night. I was all excited, and I thought I'm just gonna sit and paint. And I got out, an old uh, canvas, not linen. It's not archival. A couple of coats of gesso on it. It was already toned. And I'm like, I'm just going to paint this little landscape, which I remember very, very well because I was there and I experienced it. And I could bring back just from this black and white, very roughly done study that I had done there. I could bring it all back without the photo reference. Even the color of the trees, even though it's not that important because the colors of the trees, I will decide based on what's going to work and, and what doesn't work. And the placement of the trees, uh, even that. And so I'm working with my back knowledge, my experience of painting and learning how to paint, and all the plein air studies that I've done, and the various drawings and notans that I have done, and I'm putting it to use for something that I actually have no reference photo for, and I can't go there. And if I went there, there's probably there aren't any bee boxes. Does anybody know what they're called? I'm just going to call them bee boxes. um, and 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 using that, and it's really nice. Plus, because of my little manga pen, I've learned something that a much lighter touch brings a different result. And maybe because I don't even think about the pressure while I'm painting, I just paint. But what if I did think about that lighter touch? What might happen? How can I use it in my landscape? I'm assuming I would use it in the foreground for the weeds or branches on the trees. Just a much lighter touch, which means that the paint won't press into the back layers of the paint, but just rest better on top. And because it's oil paints, more of a 3D effect. So yeah, I'm really excited to try it out and to put it all together. So I'm gonna get on with my painting. It's really good to be here, and it's Sunday today. I'm not, usually doing my morning musings on Sunday, but now it's when I've got something to say, I will be here. And yeah, so hopefully get a video up on my channel. It feels good to be back in here. I've got my usual setup. The winter rains are no longer a problem. Well, at least I don't think so. But now I can open the doors and I can gather the water in a much better way now that we're moving into spring. Well, we are in spring, but it's getting warmer and moving in towards summer. So it's just nice to be in here. So with that, you guys, be inspired, be creative, be you. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Take care.